Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Scott. I'm Scott Rajavuori of Titus Contracting. We're a remodeling contractor in the Twin City area in Minnesota. This show focuses on things that we love talking about, and that's what's hot in the remodeling industry, both commercially and residentially. Usually our topics focus on the residential side. And I say I've got a nice glare in my glasses, but I don't know what we can do about that. Again, just a little difficulty, but we're going to get through it because that's what we do. Anyhow, so what we're going to talk about today briefly is the fact that it's really busy in our industry. It's nuts. We have a great economy going, and in Minnesota, we at least the remodeling side is very busy. So our suggestion to you first and foremost is if you're going to be thinking about a project this year, think now, because you're going to find those who are good at what they do are going to be quite busy. So, and that's true of the subs as well, that they're busy and that affects everybody's schedule. So, well, thanks for joining, Jen and Sue. So hopefully everything's coming across okay. My video's working and you can hear me clearly. So I've actually got some notes here. We've got a article that we posted. Hi, Lisa. We have an article we posted, I think just this past week, on some top trends, and I'm actually going to be referring to that because it's a lot easier for me as you get a little older than trying to remember it all. So some hot topics. Number one is, of course, green and sustainable design. That speaks for itself. This has become more and more important, whether it's a plumbing fixture you use with low water consumption or it's the type of lighting you use with LED or low usage, electric usage fixtures, appliance fixtures, even what we do as far as insulation. That's a focus. People spending a little bit more for blown-in or foam insulation. This is huge. This is something you want to consider as you're thinking about an addition to your existing home, even updating some of your existing things like your rim joist in your house. If your house was built, what was it, probably 2000, I'm thinking 10, I can't remember when that code came into place. They didn't insulate the rim joist with foam. They insulated the exterior of the house with 1 inch. Much more efficient, a lot of heat loss there. Solar energy, this is becoming huge. More and more people are doing this. Wind obviously is a thing, but people aren't putting their own windmill up in their yard, but we just see different usages of or ways of providing electricity. Here's a huge thing. I was recently at a function for Marvin Windows. Love them. Great windows, Marvin, way to go. But they've got a whole new line of windows coming out, a little more contemporary look, almost frameless, a commercial kind of looking in application. But when we talked about that, we talked about the size of existing exterior doors and windows. They're getting huge, and they're being built structurally so you can put them in and not have issues as far as the structural side goes. But these things can be humongous. They can take up an entire wall. We're talking 30 feet of door. And even in Minnesota, because of the high rating on these doors, they can be used as long as you make up for it in other areas of the home. Obviously, huge structural issues there. You put a 30-foot opening in your house, that takes a pretty darn big beam. But they're huge. Go online and check some of this stuff out. Very difficult to install because there's zero tolerance. If you think about that, you got a door opening in these huge openings. You don't have a lot of variance that you can have in that door, or it doesn't operate right. Minimalist Scandinavian design. Excuse me. Brighter, open, airy feel to spaces. Fire features. This thing's huge. I just saw one. A designer that I'm working with out of Los Angeles shared this pod that hangs down from the ceiling. Sue Lynn, if you check this out, thank you for that. But I've never seen anything like it. It's really super cool. It uses a biofuel, so you can burn it inside without venting. It creates heat. It's an actual flame. Most of them have like a 6-hour burn time, so that's something new. Electric fireplaces, of course, become huge, and they can go anywhere. They can be used in so many different areas. Sunrooms, and I'm going fast for this because I want to cover it all in a short period of time so I can keep your attention. So sunrooms and 3-season or 4-season porches being used for even things like hot tubs and things like that in Minnesota, where it gets kind of cold and it's tough to maintain all the snow. But a lot of this open space, that bright space again, trying to keep ourselves happy by getting all kinds of extra sunlight, doing a lot of porches, because those porches actually can be used for normal living space. I find, just as a side note, that when we do a 4-season porch, it becomes almost as much as the kitchen, the heartbeat of the house, and often those are right off the kitchen. So elaborate office spaces, people are working from home. So many people telecommute today. A lot of my clients, when I'm meeting people, they're home and they work their lunch around when we can meet, but they're telecommuting. So really cool, bright offices, and thinking about that space and how it can be used to be comfortable because you're in there for such a long period of time. The last thing is in-law suites. This has become a really huge thing. I have aging parents, and you have to think about what's going to happen with them as they get to the point that they need a place to go, that they can't necessarily be on their own, or they can, but it's getting questionable. So spaces where parents or in-laws or whoever can come and spend some time with you. Maybe it's because you're having a baby too. Maybe you want to have a space for mom to come and support her daughter, or dad to come and support her daughter, or whoever, the family to come and support, this big, huge event in life called having a child. But these suites that are attached to the house, or even lower level spaces that are specifically designed as independent living spaces, small kitchenette, full bathroom, a little dining area. So, hi Lisa. Anyhow, those are huge. We can help you with any of those. We can answer your questions. We love what we do. We love talking about it. We love being able to sit down and have this quick little video time with you, and I'm glad you could join us. I hope this was informational. I know I go quick, but I want to cover a lot, and I appreciate you being here with What's Hot with Scott. So I am going to sign off. Have a great time. I hope if you're in Minnesota, you're not being blown off the road in this blizzard that we're having in April, and that's why you still see Christmas stuff, kind of, garland. We're still having snow, like 12 inches. So be safe. Talk to you later. Thanks so much. Bye now.